Pop is one of the worst things you can put in your body. The phosphoric acid is worse than the salt and the sugar and the caffeine. 1 can of pop, it takes about 30 glasses of water to neutralize the phosphoric acid. It's the acid that causes the retention of fluid in your body when you eat the foods. Dr. Alex Krell in 1912 received a Nobel Prize for the study of the longevity of a cell. 4 things affect the longevity of a cell. Lack of oxygen at the cellular level. A lot of times when you're tired, all you need to do is breathe deep and get oxygen in your body. You've got to have oxygen to metabolize whatever metabolizes. Polluted food, polluted water, and too much acid in the body. And I read this in 1974, and I said, what's too much acid in the body? That was new to me. And so my search began in a new direction. And he said, if acid will destroy stainless steel, what will it do to your tissue? When you eat acid foods, your body, if you spill sulfuric acid on your hand, you immediately pour water on it to neutralize the acid. Your blood pH has to stay 7.4 for you to be healthy. If it varies up or down, you've got a problem one way or the other. The liver controls the acid. If you keep eating acid foods, which I'll cover in just a few minutes, the liver, instead of putting it in your blood, will dump it in your tissue. You can drop your tissue pH to about 4.5 before you die, and then it's terrible. But then as you dump that acid in your body, then the body starts filling up with fluids. So the way we eat, there's a little handout. Did you get the handouts tonight? On the back page, there's acid alkaline foods. The foods on the top of this list are higher in potassium, calcium, magnesium, the electrolytes that feed the cell properly. The foods in the big square on the bottom are higher in phosphorus and sulfur. Phosphoric acid and sulfuric acid need to be neutralized if you eat them in excess when they metabolize in the body. The lady ate 1 piece of ham and gained 4 pounds. We ate at a local restaurant here and had minestrone soup and a salad, and I gained 4 pounds that one meal because of sodium in that food. Now my body will kick it out fast, but had I been already fluffy and already had a lot of acid in my body, then you just add a little more fluff to it and you don't even notice it, and all at once your clothes keep getting tighter and tighter, and all at once the large pants or the small pants. Did you ever go through that? And then you say, what do I do? And so you go on a diet, and a lot of the diets have acid foods. They try to please your taste buds. And what I want to talk about tonight, I want to talk about the ideal way. Now you can do any kind of transition you want to with this. And we've had people, one lady went from a size 14 dress to size 8 and only lost 5 pounds. She then dropped from 159 to 154, then to 114. But she started building muscle. She had been on diets and lost muscle tissue. You got to rebuild the muscle tissue first and be healthy on the inside, then the weight comes off. You cannot lose weight unless you're healthy. Fat is malnutrition, disease is malnutrition. Your body will produce every drug that you need, that you can get at the pharmacy if you're healthy. There's a little chemical factory in there that will produce it if you're healthy. It'll produce morphine 500 times stronger when you get off the street. It'll produce interleukin-2. It'll produce every steroid from your adrenal glands. We had one lady with a total hysterectomy, no ovaries, and her body's now producing estrogen. She's under the doctor's care. And he said, well, let's at least stay on 0.03 because you don't have ovaries. It took her 2 years for her body to come into that balance. She wore a size 12. She only ate these foods to lose weight, and I said, don't eat these foods to lose weight. Eat these foods to become healthy. Once you're healthy, your body will seek its own natural lean-fat ratio, and skin will just totally change. Everyone, we have about 1,500 stories. We've got some unbelievable stories. Every one of them have lost weight except 2 or 3, and they were so skinny they had to gain weight. They ate the same foods to gain weight. Everybody else lost weight. Now that's pure nutrition, isn't it? That's what's amazing about this. But eat these foods to become healthy. And when you're healthy, the weight will balance. My lean fat ratio, I've been the same weight now since June of 1990. And I weigh the same as I did in college. Lois weighs the same as she did when we got married at 43 years ago. And when I weighed 176, I said there's no way I could ever get back to 155. 145 is what I weigh now. And I was really surprised when I started eating these foods. It kept going down, 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 and all at once I hit this and just stopped. So this is my lean-fat ratio. If I want more muscle, I'd have to work at it. If I wanted to pump weights, I could build muscle again, but it's not as important at 67 as it was at 37. That's a different ball game now. And so this is how we eat. We recommend if you want to really lose weight and become healthy faster, stay with the alkaline foods. It balances the cell. The more acid foods you eat, the slower the journey will be. That's a choice. You can do it any way you want to. We have given up salt and sugar, all meats. I'm not a vegetarian. I just don't eat meat. There's a difference. Some people, there's animal rights, there's all these other kind of rights. I found out my rights. By all rights, I feel better and perform much longer without it. Carl Lewis was a vegetarian. Probably still is. Edwin Moses is a vegetarian. He won every hurdle race for 3 Olympics. David Scott, the 6-man triathlete, has won it 6 times, is a vegetarian. I saw my first vegetarian athlete when I was coaching at K-State, and I couldn't believe how he was put together. I was raised on chicken fried steaks and hot dogs, and I thought you had to have those. But I found out you don't have to have those, that they really make a difference in your life. We've given up all dairy products. An animal's protein, the DNA has too much protein for a human. If you want to gain weight, drink milk. The mother's milk is a perfect balance. There's far more protein in dairy products to raise an animal to 2,000 or 3,000 pounds. We've given up hydrogenated oil. And those are the foods that we have really given up. Sugar is deadly to the body. It's as addictive almost as cocaine. If you don't believe me, try to take your children off of sugar. This is a cancer cell. This came from the biology textbook. This is a live shot of a cancer cell. Ugly looking thing, isn't it? These are killer T cells lurking by here waiting for the right command to go attack them. This is a killer T cell made from the thymus gland. All of our white and red cells are made in the bone marrow, and they ship part of them to the thymus, and they make killer T cells and helper T cells. This was a cancer cell. The killer T cell patrols your body and seeks out cancer cells. It's a cancer patrol. All it had to do was punch in a security code and blow the flesh off the cancer cell. Amazing, isn't it? Medical physiology textbook said all cancer is from a mutation of a cell. Something's not getting into the DNA. DNA regenerates in 8 hours. It's made from amino acids. It has 2 enzymes that checks the DNA to make sure it's twisted just right and perfect. If it's not, it will splice it, twist it, and fix it perfect. Because billions of cells are reproduced each day, some slip by that first checkpoint. The next checkpoint is the security code within that cell. If it's not perfect, it's supposed to blow up, explode itself. Some slip by that, very few. But if they slip by those 2 checkpoints, this is the 3rd checkpoint. 6 teaspoons of sugar lowers your immune system 25% for 12 hours. 25 teaspoons of sugar lowers your immune system 95% for 12 hours. Can you see why children have to take so many antibiotics? Why we have so much cancer? 1 out of 2 people are supposed to have cancer by the year 2000. And the way we're going, I hope it reverses. And we have several people that have reversed cancer, and they give up all sugar and all animal protein. A study from Cornell University, Oxford University, Dr. Neil Bernard from UCLA Medical School, Dean Ornish, yes, is that right? I believe it is. Said their booklet they put out said all even small intakes of animal protein can cause chronic degenerative diseases. It's a urea nitrogen after it metabolizes. It's not the protein or the fat. It is a protein because urea nitrogen is a waste product from metabolism of protein. In that same little booklet it said meat products, animal protein cause cancer tumors to grow.